Hi there, and welcome to the Burk I.T. YouTube channel. My name is Michael Trotter Lawson, and today we're going to be discussing the Verizon Data Breach Investigations Report, or DBIR for short. First off, this is going to be a relatively brief discussion on some important observations, so if you want to know more, I highly recommend going through the report yourself. The team at Verizon did an excellent job making all this information digestible. But why trust this report in the first place? Verizon collaborated with 83 organizations, whose logos should be scrolling by now, from 88 different countries to collect 29,207 verified incidents and 5,258 breaches. Verizon is a trusted source of IT security information, and their report is used by many other organizations, IT and otherwise, to inform their IT security decisions. Now, let's start with some relevant definitions to help understand this report. An incident is an event that threatens to compromise the integrity, confidentiality, or availability of an information asset, while a breach is an incident that results in the confirmed disclosure, not just potential exposure, of data to an unauthorized party. Think of an incident as accidentally leaving your door unlocked, while a breach would be someone actually stealing something from your home. Here's the three main takeaways from the report. 85% of all breaches involve the human element. 36% of all breaches involve phishing, an 11% increase from last year. And 10% of all breaches involve ransomware, doubling last year's frequency. So 85% of breaches involve the human element. Let's unpack that. This means that 85% of breaches are the direct result of people who are either affiliated with or with access to an organization being leveraged in some way to facilitate the compromise. These charts from the report show that the number of external actors, people attempting to infiltrate and steal or encrypt data, is on the rise and makes up 80% of breaches compared to roughly 20% from internal actors and a negligible percentage of partners or any combination of the three. Now, it's important to clarify that internal actors in this scenario include people who are intentionally and unintentionally mishandling information, as well as just honest mistakes. Very few internal actors are deliberately betraying their employers. Now, the motivation for actors has become almost exclusively financial, and 80% of these actors are categorized as organized crime. That's who is breaching systems and why they're doing it. But how are they making this happen? Well, let's start with a frequent attack that does not typically work: DOS. Denial of service attacks, or DOS attacks for short, involve a hacker utilizing a collection of devices connected to the internet to try and overload a system and prevent users from accessing a service. Think of it like a paid mob of people blocking the entrance of a store. However, blocking the entrance is all they can really do. The mob is not getting paid to rob the store. Continuing with this analogy, it is also difficult to get that many people together to form an effective mob, as opposed to a moderately inconvenient crowd. The point being, DOS attacks are annoying and incredibly frequent, but they are generally preventable, and if not preventable, easily mitigated, and not nearly as directly damaging as other attacks. That said, it is important to note that DOS and DDoS are frequently used as a distraction while other malicious activity is going on. So these types of attacks can sometimes be used as an indicator other nefarious things are going on. Moving on to more dangerous bits of software, let's talk malware. Malware includes all malicious software designed to damage or disable a system. Ransomware is probably the most notable form of malware today, as its presence has been increasingly felt throughout the last year. In fact, the frequency of ransomware has doubled over the last year, going from 5% to 10%, with no signs of slowing down. Ransomware typically works by encrypting a target computer's data and forcing the owner to pay up before that data is lost forever. The possibility of ransomware specifically, and the presence of malware in general, provides an opportunity to stress the importance of backing up one's data, and increase personal awareness as well as the awareness of all employees. So how does malware like ransomware end up on computers and in servers? 30% are directly installed, 20% sent by email, and 20% drop from a web application. Remember that 85% of breaches are caused by the human element? Phishing, the act of tricking a person into revealing personal information and/or credentials via a well-crafted email, is on the rise. 36% of breaches involved phishing last year, a full 11% more than 2019. The greatest way to prevent phishing is to make employees aware of what phishing is, what it looks like, and what to do when they see it. An email filter can only do so much, and does not always extend to their personal emails or devices. Well, that's all for this Burk YouTube video reviewing a few important points from the 2021 Verizon DBIR. I hope you found this video informative, and if you want to know more, the link to access the full report will be in the description. Thanks for watching.